It's Rocko's Rant. I'm back in town, baby. I'm back in town, and you know what? I'm back in town, and I'm taking over the pound. And just to prove it, I've got a hostage. Isn't that right? Yeah. So, Doggy's Dream, if you're out there, I've got one of your men. Look at him. Look at him. He doesn't want to be here. Look. Look. Yeah. So don't make me take you downtown, Doggy's Dream, because I got your people. Anyway, this is Rockwell. It's getting to the business end of the season, my friends. Business end. I'm having a red. It's winter time, and that's when people move and people shake. So what I'm going to do today, I'm going to go through the people. My theme is people are going to find it hard to either get promoted or not be relegated. So who's going to find it hard? Now, obviously the promotion, you're in the premiership, you're arrogant, you're better than everyone, so you don't have to worry about that, right? Now, I believe in the championship, the person who's going to find it hard to be promoted is the kid from the Bidgie. Kid got a little bit lippy earlier on. He's just slipped down a notch. I haven't heard so much. Not so much of this. Kid, I think you're about 6 or something. Don't really pay too much attention to the ladders below me. I think you're in strife. You better get your act together, otherwise it's going to be, you're going to have a mid-season, mid-table mediocrity season. Get cracking. In the nationwide, Ponty Pandy. Ponty Pandy has been going along quite nicely. Thought he was a bit of all that, I think. That's just my impression from the outside. He's lost to the Militia last week. I think he's in strife. He's not going to get promoted. That's my call. Not promoted. And in the Oz Kick, anyone outside the top 4, no chance. The top 4 scorers in the Oz Kicks are in the top 4. They're all flying. I just think they're a step above the rest. But anyway, relegation. Relegation's kind of where the fun stuff starts, don't you think? There's a bit of fun stuff. In the championship, Psycho's squad. I think he was in the top 4 last year in the championship. Don't know what's happened. Maybe they've gone back to the asylum. Maybe they've gone right off the deep end, throw the toys out of the cot and spat the dummy and all those sort of things. But he's in strife. He needs to do something. He's about 3rd last, I think, but he needs to do something quickly. Nationwide, Wally's Zoopers. Wally Zoopers is very, very unlucky just at the very, very minute. He scored like the 3rd most points of everyone and he's 3rd last? Is that right? Can that be right? If that's right, you're unlucky. You are unlucky. Now, in Auskick, the Manning Rippers are going okay. The pound, they're up and about the pound. Calm down, big fella. The Manning Rippers are up and about. The Manning Rippers need to get up and about. They're just lurking down there very dangerously. And you know what happens once you go out of there? It's in this vacuum that no one's really sure where any teams ever go. It's kind of like an unknown. But the one I really wanted to spend a little bit of time on today, was in the premiership. Now, you look at the ladder and you see Bingo on the bottom. But I just had a look at Bingo's team. Bingo must have some cash. And I'm playing Bingo this weekend. All I can say to Bingo is, save it for the next week. Just save it. I'm going to smack you up like the little bitch you are. I'm serious, save it because I want to win. So Bingo's the obvious one, but there's one fun one that everyone's got to mention, and that is the Cameo King. Now, the infamous predictor was brought out the other day, albeit in a different format. The predictor came out. It says that Rockwell makes finals. It says that the Heros makes finals too. Apparently the predictor's not to be messed with. Now, the predictor last year, over the last 5 rounds, predicted that the Heros would finish 13th and it won the premiership. So as you can see, the predictor never lies. But this predictor says that Cameo will win 2 of the last 4 and still get relegated by 0.7%. Oh, gee, I hope Colin Sylvia's back this week. Could have done with him last week in your 50-point loss. What's footy training, Cameo? What's footy training? Don't go to footy training. If it means that you have to trade on a Thursday night, do it. Footy training there's relegation at stake. I just don't think you're taking it seriously enough. It's killing me. But Bingo also gets relegated. Yeah, Predictor. Predictor says Old Midget Fan Club finishes on top, which brings me to my next item for discussion. Now that is the top 5 form teams in the whole of the competition. So your idea about form teams is you would really think that most of them should be coming from the Premiership. Well, I can tell you now that only one of the 5 teams is coming from the Premiership. I know it's hard to believe. It's hard to believe. But I'm telling you it's a fact. So I'm going to work down from number 5. Number 5. Mr. Mojo's rising. Mr. Mojo's up and about. He scored 6,615 points in the last 3 rounds. Now, by my math, and I'm no mathematician, that's about 2,200 points a round. That is good going, Mr. Mojo. 4th on the list is our old friend, the Tiger Cubs. Unbeaten in the nationwide. She's just going along very, very swimmingly. She doesn't like anyone talking her up too much because she feels like, well, she doesn't feel like there's a long way to fall. There's a long way to fall from 11 and zip. And there might be a few out there that think that it could be done. And one of them is the Militia. K-Max Militia has only scored, she's scored 75 more points in the last 3 rounds than the Cubs. She scored 6,738. Of the last 4 rounds, 3 over 2,200 and 1 right on the button of 2,300. The Militia is on fire. On fire. And the reason that she's going to go far in the finals, I might come to a bit later. Something to do with some Mexican dude. Some Mexican hack. Anyway, Cheap Kicks. Now, a lot of people in my friendship group find this very hard to believe, but Halves is killing him at the moment. 6,745 points. Only 7 more than the Militia. But he's in the Oz Kickers. He's undefeated as well. He's just shaping up nicely for a bit of promotion action. But by far and away the leader, 185 points ahead of anyone, is the Old Midget Fan Club. The Midget Fan Club, 6,930 points. That's 2,310 points average per week in the last 3 weeks. That is astounding. So well done, Midget. I hope you haven't burnt too many trades, because I know that one of your rivals was doing a little bit of research the other day, and he thinks that you've just about thrown the kitchen sink at it. The whole thing, including the kitchen sink. You might have a tap fitting left, but I reckon you've gone hard. But anyway, time will tell. Now the worst 5 teams. Now, there are some absolute fucking debacles in this mob. Don't hate me. Well, I'll tell you what, the Dream Team gods must, because you're on 5,789 for the last 3 rounds. Now, I don't do math that well, but that's shithouse. The Washington Generals. Obviously, they got a Dream Team full of the dudes that the Harlem Globetrotters used to play. 5,774. Not much, like, actually a lot worse. Worse. I'm going the wrong order here. So you're 4th worst. Mexican Eddie Betts. Now, Mexican Eddie Betts, you're only about 496 points behind the Washington Generals, and I thought they were bad. Now, we only kept you up last year for your banter. Now, your banter's dropped off. Bring it back. The Militia have still got to play Mexican Eddie Betts. That's a buy. That is an absolute buy. Rakers Ruffians, 5-1-7-1. Who are you? And frankly, speaking of who are you, Richard Lounder All-Stars, what is going on up there? 5,097 points in the last 3 weeks. That's like only about 1,700 points a match. Like, did you press autofill or something? That is absolutely ludicrous. But anyway, there's no music on the rant anymore because of YouTube restrictions. Well, look, I don't like it. I don't like it. But what I do like is that it's getting interesting in the SAFL. There's promotion, there's relegation, there's teams fighting for premierships. Let's keep working at it, people. Let's try and get the people that you don't like arrogantly relegated or promoted. Let's do it, people. It's SAFL time. 4 weeks to go. This has been Rockbar signing out, but I'll be back. Don't worry. I'll be back. As the dogs bark at the pound, I will be back. Good evening.